Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. Our mentor just reached out and it's like we're having a network downtime on its end, but we're just going to begin with the class for those of us that are just joining. Technically, welcome. Yeah, this is supposed to be like a 1 hour section. Every one of us, this guy was supposed to be for yesterday because of the busy schedule of our we couldn't put it. So we're just going to kick off with the class. And today is like our first meet up literally since the inception of this cohort. So welcome. If we do join in, let's not forget to say hi. And also let me know if you can hear me. Yeah. Please do let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if my mic is quite audible enough for me. Just give me a minute. Okay, so without further delay, we will just go in and talk about what content creation is. So our module for this week would be introduction to content creation, and we're just going to have like a run through of what the idea is. Now, for most of us that are joining this track, we have this notion of, oh, I want to create content and I need to know what it actually is. Some of us are beginners, some of us already started creating content on our own, but for the sake of this class, we are just going to take everyone as a beginner. So, yeah, diving into it, what is content creation? So more than with the recent spike of internet in the recent time, content creation has been one way for people to reach consumers, for people to be able to reach their audience. And digital marketing being a thing where when you tell people about your brand or tell people about your product that you want to sell, the first thing that they are doing is to go to social media to go and find out what you do, to go and find out how your page looks. And most times, what keep them intrigued is mostly the content that is on your page when they go to check it. So more people browsing the internet for information, more content creators want to put out their content out there. Now, it's not just about for brands. It's not just about for businesses, sorry. It's also for brands. Like a personal brand, I want people to know that I am a person that is a creative, and the best way to get that information out there in this time would be to create a content that shows that you are a creative. So yes, so for the first group, we have like the hard task of convincing people that the content is valuable, and then which is between the content creators and the content consumers. Now, for content creators, they have the hard task of convincing the viewers that this content that they're seeing is valuable. While for the content consumers, they need something that is engaging and educative in their everyday life. And so, examples of content that we can create are like text based, which is mostly for Twitter. And then we have video content, then we have audio content, then we have blog posts, webinars, etc. All of these are like contents that you can create to keep your consumers or your audience engaged for your brand or your business. The next one would be what this course will help you to what this course will help you to do, which is basically at the end of this course you will also understand people's online content consumption behavior, your target audience care about the content that you produce, increase your content performance, create online content to communicate and persuade, and probably sell. Then create content for web pages, blog posts, newsletters, and social media. Most of these terms might sound very new to some, but I can assure you at the end of this course, you should be able to understand everything that we've mentioned here. So, what is content and type of content? Um, I'm going to be running through this, like I mentioned, because all of this has been shared with you a week before, so that you could go through it and probably ask your questions at the end of the live section, which is what mainly the live section is about. So, what is content? One may ask. We define content as information and experience that are directed with seeking relevance. If you're creating a content, you need to be able to ascertain the type of audience that you're looking to get with the contents that you are creating. Say, for instance, I want to all my content has to be comic relief. So for comic relief, you need to know what who finds your content funny, and you have to like, ascertain demography. You have to ascertain what exactly the content is passing, like what message the content is passing, and the rest. So content is available like in varieties of form. Most people think if, like, if you hear content, the first thing that comes to your mind is that, oh, they're content creators, they do videos on TikTok or they do videos on Instagram. No, there are different types of content. Content is available in a variety of forms and it is only present in both online and offline. Examples of online content would be websites, newsletter, product description, etc. And offline would be books, manuals, audio, CDs, etc. Platforms that content can be made is like the internet, which has made access to a variety of content free. For most parts and readily available and accessible to those who have a computer or a phone these days. Steps to content creation. I already mentioned that the first thing you should be doing when you decide to be a content creator or want to create a content would be to understand the audience and platform that you want to use. So if I am doing educative content, I know that the people that I'm targeting should be within what age range and what niche am I doing. So if I'm doing, say for instance, I'm doing a YouTube content or a YouTube show for how to of about etiquette. I'm talking of, and then it's going to be for young people. If it is female etiquette on how to, probably read or write, or general etiquette in the space, it's going to be people within the age of 13 to 35. Those are the people that actually would pick interest in how your etiquette should be. So that would be your demographic. You need to understand what they like, what they don't like, so that whatever content you're creating would be engaging enough for them. So for instance, imagine you're planning a party. You wouldn't invite everyone you know. You would think about who would enjoy the party and what kind of music they would like, what kind of food they will eat. That's basically what understanding your audience is like. And then you have to do like audience research and personnels, like identifying your target audience, figuring out who you want to search with your content, who you want to reach with your content. Are they students? Are they professionals? Are they mom? Are they men? Are they young fathers and stuff like that? Understanding their demography, knowing their interests, analyzing the content consumption habits. Like within this age range, if you say your audience is between the age of 35 to 40, you need to know when 35 to 40 come to the internet to get information and what platform would they use most. Once you have been able to have all of this information, you can create audience personnel. Think of this as details profile of your ideal audience member. Give them names, age, job, interest, and goals. This will help you tailor your content into their specific needs. The next step is so this is just showing this different kind of content you can do, like platforms. This is our social media idea visualization, which is videography. Then we have creating, like, really put after putting all this on pen and paper, like scripting, then you create these things. And then we have like the behind the scenes. All of these are like different ideas or content that you can do. Platforms, analyzing and matching content, choosing the right platform. Now, once you have identified your audience, it is best if you are able to analyze what platform best suits this audience that you are trying to reach. Like if you're reaching professionals, the best platform for you to use is going to be your LinkedIn. Your target audience should be on LinkedIn rather than TikTok. If you're trying to reach CEOs, if you're trying to use founders and professionals, well, if you're trying to use the younger demography and people who are just creative and they're trying to make, actually it's based on different like content ideas, but they are mainly the younger demography. The best place would be on TikTok and the likes like that. So where does your audience spend most of their time? If you're looking at the much older demography, you would be going for Facebook because that's where they would be. That's where they'll spend most of their time getting informations. And so yes, so understanding the right platform will help you to understand. After you understand your target audience, choosing the right platform also helps in getting your content to the people that you want to consume it. Now, understanding platform differences. Each platform has a style and its audience. For example, TikTok is great for short, entertaining videos, while LinkedIn is better for professional content. Creating content that fits. Make sure your content match the platform you are using. Don't try to force a long blog post onto Instagram. People will not read it, honestly. If you put a blog post or maybe a website post on Instagram, people will not read it because to them it is a waste of time. If you put a newsletter on LinkedIn, there's a higher chance of people saying that and reading it to the finishing on LinkedIn than on Instagram, which is, because it is the right platform. Now, for example, if you're targeting young adults interested in fashion, you might want to focus your platform on Instagram or TikTok. You would create short, visual appealing videos for TikTok and high quality photos with detailed caption for Instagram. It's not to say that you cannot post all of this on other platforms. It's just to say that you need to pick the right platform when you are matching your content so that you get the visibility that your analysis gives you, or maybe you are visualizing in your head when you are creating the content. Choosing the right platforms help you to get the visibility that you want. And the next would be content planning and calendar. Just like planning a party, you would need to plan for your content. This involves setting goals, coming up with ideas, and creating a schedule. So let's say most people think that creating content is just sit down, an idea pops into my head, and blah, I am on that. So yes, there is something that days that work like that for a content creator. But it is best if you have a plan. And I think planning your activities is not just for a content creator, it's for basically anybody who's looking to do well in whatever it is that they are doing, be it business, be it for fun, be it daily life, day-to-day activities. It is best you plan so that you always have something to fall back to the days that you do not have anything coming up. You always go back to those calendar and check, oh, okay, I have this that I have planned. I'm not totally blocked, especially for a creative who can have like creative blocks or writer's blocks. So set your goals and make them visible. Like create a content calendar, which involves setting your goals, coming up with ideas, coming up with schedule. You should know as a content creator, you should know what content you'll be putting out in the next 1 week, you should have like a caption for all of this content. Are they going to be videos? Are they going to be short videos, reels? Are they going to be blog posts? Where are you putting them? What is the message you're trying to pass? And the rest. So you need to have those set goals and idealization. Now, in defining your objective, what do you want to achieve with your content? So this is just telling to tell you what how the content calendar should look. What do you want to achieve with your content? Do you want to increase website traffic? Do you want to generate leads, or do you want to build brand awareness? If you are doing any of this, your content calendar should be able to visually express this. So let's say on Monday, the aim is for me to increase brand awareness and increase website traffic. So all of my content for the next 1 week should be in that direction. Should be able to create a set time. It's more like a timetable. That's why content calendar is literally a calendar, but it's for your content. Then you brainstorm ideas. Brainstorming ideas come up with topics that are relevant to your audience, align with your goals. Use keywords to help you find popular subjects. You can use what they call trends to create, oh, what is trending in this week? Okay, let me create a content idea in that space so that it increases my brand awareness, because when something is trending, people would want to go to the hashtags and stuff like that. Now, creating a content mix. Offer a variety of content formats such as blog posts, videos, infographics, social media posts, etc. It doesn't necessarily have to be videos all the time. Sometimes you can just write something smart. Sometimes you can just do maybe a blog post. Sometimes you can just do a long form content and a short form content, which I think we are going to get in much later in the course of this whole entire program on this different type of content curation and creation that we have. And the next would be editorial calendar and resource allocation. Now, creating a schedule. Plan when you will publish the piece of content. And when you have created that calendar, you need to plan when you're going to publish that content. This helps you to stay organized and consistent. Say you want to make a post 3 times a week, you need to know what day in that week, like what days in the week that you can post your content, and it will definitely get to your audience. Not just the day, also the timing. Say as a content creator, I post 3 times a week. That's going to be, let's say, Friday and Saturday, and my post, because of the people that I'm trying to reach, or maybe they are in diaspora and I'm in Nigeria, nobody would do that in the evening, because the evenings would be the mornings of that time, while the mornings here people are waiting. So you would want to arrange your time so that it's reached the people that you want to reach at that time you post. Now, assigning tasks, determine who is responsible for creating, who's editing, who's promoting each piece of content. For some of us, we do everything. For the rest of us, we might have like a team that is doing all of this. If you do have a team, good. But if you are doing it by yourself, that's when this content creation idea really come in handy. When it is you that's editing, it's you that's creating, and it's you that's promoting each of this content, it is best to have a content calendar so that you do not get tied down at the end. Now, considering seasonal and events, tie your content to holiday seasons or industrial events to stay relevant. Now, when you're doing a content calendar, do not neglect holidays. That's why you see most companies on their social media platforms, they don't forget to wish you a happy new month if it's a new month is coming in, or maybe it's Eid. You always see an Eid Mubarak or Eid Kabir on Christmas. You always see this Christmas flyers flying around from different companies. So that's what a content calendar will help you do. You plan your contents, time it to holiday seasons, industrial events, just so that you would stay relevant. For example, if you're a fashion blogger, and you might want to plan a series of posts about spring which trends in March, create a summer outfit guide in June, and share back to school fashion tips in August. You know, people on holidays in August, and then they're resuming in September. So you can just share a back to school fashion tip for people that are going to be resuming in September, and then there's spring for people that are going to be wearing this in March. In April, create a summer outfit guide for June and the rest. So yes, the next question would be, this is not a question, this is just like a blogger. What perfect. Next question would be content audit and back analysis. Now imagine you have a closet full of clothes. Some clothes you wear all the time, while others you sit there. A content audit is like taking inventory of your closet to see what you have and what you need. So I think this actually basically explains what content audit is and the gap analysis. Most of us do this a lot where we just open our closet and be like, oh, I have a lot, let me check. And then you find there are a lot of things you don't even think you've worn in a long time, but they are just there buying space. So that's what a content level is. Inventory analysis is collecting your content, gather all your social media posts, videos, and other content in one place. So that you could reference back to, you could check and say, oh, okay, this can be reused, repurposed. This can be something I can do later. Measuring performance, look at how well all of this content has performed, or what was popular or what's not. If you are very familiar with TikTok, you see when most people say sometimes in last year, that's because they have all of this content somewhere that they have check the analysis and because like, oh, this did well more than before. And most times when they repurpose this, it still gains more attention than it did the initial time it was posted. So keep all of this content, then you try to check once in a while what part of this content do I need? What content do I need? Or what content are we keeping? What content ideas should we recreate? Actually helps you. Identifying gaps. Now there are many. Are there any topics you haven't covered? Are there any formats you are missing? Sometimes you feel like, oh, I have been doing content for the last 3 years and I have run out of ideas. When you do content audit analysis, you check, okay, did I really cover every topic, and did I really cover everything that needs to be covered in this topic that I discussed maybe a month ago? Is there something that I'm not doing, or is there something that I did that did not do properly and the rest? So it is good that you can just create content and throw it into one place. It is best to have like a link or maybe like a folder where you put all of your content together, and once now you put back that it actually helps with feedback. So you see the things that you have done before and then you analyze it like, oh, did I do this right? Oh, I think there's this A, B, C, D that I could do better. Then competitors analysis and improvements. By the way, these are like basics of the things you need to know when you want to be a content creator. Basics. So competitors analysis and improvement. One. Okay. So studying the competition, see what competitors are doing well. You can learn from them. Uh, most people will be like, I don't think anybody is doing as well as, oh, you did not check. If you check, you know that people are doing the content that you do. So if you have not to mention any brand, so if you are a fashion blogger, maybe you do content for a fashion brand or probably your personal brand, it is best to go and check what fashion brands on the internet are doing, what you can do better, or what you can repurpose from them, you can recreate and do better. Or something that you feel like, okay, this is trending now, I can jump on the trend. So study your competition and assess your content quality. Make sure your content is accurate, informative, and engaging. Make sure your content is accurate, informative, and engaging. improving existing content, update old content to make it more relevant, or repurpose it into a different format. For example, if you find that your blog posts about skincare are very popular, you might create a video series on the same topic. Or if you notice a competitor has a popular series on makeup tutorials, you could create a similar series with your unique thing. Say maybe you have been doing posts about particular skincare, and that skincare brand has been going like popular. What you could do, hi Chioma, what you could do, okay, just go on with your question. I can hear you. Um, Ascent Oxford, you said you have a question. You can go on. Okay, so while we're waiting for the question, um, we'll just continue. So, yeah, what we could do with the, for example, if you find your blog post, yeah, what we could do is create probably a short video that shows all of the process of making this skincare brand that you have been creating and been gaining audience, like you've been gaining awareness in a while. Say maybe you create this hair food, homemade hair food, and it has been gaining audience. People have been asking. You can create like a creation process video, or maybe where how we started and where we are to, just to promote it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're exhausted. That content means that you can propose it or do something better or change the format for it. And then would be next would be our assignment. So pick a brand you'll be working with for the duration of the program. Now, in order to make this class more engaging and more practical, you're expected to pick a brand you would be working with for the duration of the program, meaning so each person is supposed to pick a brand, and suppose if you have in mind you want to do a content creation for a clothing line, so you have to be a clothing line. If you want to be for fashion, you can do, oh maybe it's a fashion brand. If you want to do a book club, it should be that. So just pick a brand that you want to work with, and send in the link on the Discord channel, and so that your mentors will be able to see it and will be able to monitor whenever you do assignments in respect to those brands, you'll be able to see it. And next step is, so step of picking a brand is you have to identify your audience. When you pick the brand, identify who you're talking to, and pick the platform that you believe it is the right platform to reach your audience, your target audience. Plan your content, meaning create a content calendar, decide on what to say and when to say it, and check what is working. Analyze your content success. For now, it is just the beginning of you creating the brand. So analyze in the entire, like for the fashion brand, definitely it's not just you. Okay, St. Oxford. So your question is, how do you learn from the competition? Okay, I'm going to be using I don't know if you're quite familiar with how do I call it? So let's use a fashion brand and say, let's say you're a fashion content creator. How do you learn from your competition? You first need to identify what your competition is. Start from the local market, Currently in Nigeria, what's the biggest competition online for fashion? What is happening in fashion? Say there's like a big massive wave in fashion right now, and then we have like brands like the James and a lot more. And then, though I don't want to mention brands, but I'm just giving an instance. And then you go to their page and you see what they're doing, how their videos are, probably what they talk about, how they create content, and what they do to actually get people engaged. And then you would analyze, oh, in my own niche, what can I do to make my content different and also gain audience? How can I do this to make it better? Mm, so in order to move the Kaba we try probably a business now. Let's use Coca-Cola for instance. So when Coca-Cola came on board and they are trying to do their ads, you notice that their ads are always a video about somebody working and then they're trying to create an idea that if you take Coca-Cola, you're more cooler and you're more refreshed at the end of the day. When you are creating a brand or a drink that is similar to that, it's not Coca-Cola, but it's a drink, and you want to do a content regarding that, how do you learn from the competition? You notice that okay, what are the things that stand out? What are the things that stand out in your competition's content? What do they do that makes it so different? What are the things that I can't repurpose? What are the things that I can use? What are the things I can format? What are the things I can do more? So that's how you learn from your competition. Uh, I want to create a drink ad. How do I make it more appealing than a Coca-Cola bottle? I need to show uh, different angles of the drink. I need to show if you take it how to express the refreshingness of the entire drinks and the rest. So those are things you can learn from the competition when you watch their content, when you actually study them. Yes, I hope I'm able to answer your question. So just leave in the comment section if you have more questions. And yes, so this is the assignment supposed to be due this week. So at the end of the week, please do submit your assignments. There's going to be a comment section on Discord. So if you're not on Discord yet, please join in. There's going to be a comment section for assignments. You can just put it there. The mentors would go through it and they'll be able to answer if all of the questions that you have in your assignments and make corrections where necessary. Do not forget to pick a brand and the time, pick a brand and also the platform that would be right for this brand. All of your assignments should be on a PDF or a Google Doc, but preferably a Google Doc so you just share a link to the document and your mentor will be able to see it. So, are there any more ones for some time you can ask your questions? Mm, okay. I'm guessing we don't have any more questions. Okay. Then I would just leave the class to you, hoping that we'll be able to get value for our time. And do not forget, the class is supposed to be holding every Tuesday by 3 p.m. So today was because of the mishap the oversight of schedule between our mentors. We couldn't find the time, but I can assure you from next week everything will go back to normalcy. We'll be having. Oh, you're welcome. And by next week, we should go back to having our content creation class by 3 p.m. So please do come in your numbers and let's have an exciting time in these courts. Hoping to see you next week too. Yes. So you're supposed to submit your assignment on Friday. So submit assignment. The next document should be shared with you within the week for the week 2. You're supposed to submit assignments on Friday so they can be reviewed over the weekend and sent to you on Monday. And on Tuesday, you meet your mentor, like online class for the next section. And I'm sure this is going to be an exciting time, to be honest, but I hope it's as exciting for you as it's for me. So yes, let's meet again next week. Bye. Have a wonderful day and your week and your beautiful week ahead. So Friday, guys, go through the documents anytime it's shared. Bye.